6850. So you seen it on Instagram, which was the special price.
1,500 quid.
I want to hang up on you. Retail price in 2017 was £20,000 on that watch. The retail price today is £28,000.
They couldn't actually give them away.
Yeah.
People were like,
Why
would I want the green one?
We've got the Swatch Mission to Mercury.
If we were buying it, we would pay 6,000.
The aesthetics of a watch and the monetary value, it's almost impossible to separate them.
We don't usually take them, but for the sake of the Part X and obviously the deal. So this is the Tag Smartwatch.
It has no watchmaker's mark in the back, which is very unusual for a 54-year-old watch.
It's a smartwatch. It's cooler than having an Apple Watch, I suppose.
This is recently discontinued. Chocolate, Oyster Flex, Daytona.
John loves those.
Touch of sarcasm there.
She has bought a few, haven't you, John?
Yeah.
I bought it for work, but they've now banned smartwatches because
really?
they're not explosion proof.
Oh, okay.
So,
What do you do?
work offshore.
Did you buy this one new?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I bought them new. I think there's a service, had a battery and chrome.
How much was retail? Can you remember?
I think it's on the original receipt. I think it was 575.
John, this one? That's 2009 with box and papers. Have you had it serviced?
Yes, I think there's a service card somewhere.
Yeah, service guarantee. When was that? 2020 service.
2020 had a battery, chrome wheel and seal put in it.
No problem. Not really watches that we deal with every day, but we can always make a bid, and if it works, it works. You know?
They're just sitting
doing nothing, you may as well offload. So would this be your first Rolex?
Second
Rolex.
James Cameron Deep Sea a few years ago. I just found it too big.
So this is the Tag Smartwatch. It's a cool strap on that as well, actually. John's bought a few of these, but he's bought the Hublot one as well,
Right.
which is quite cool. You'll like that,
How
John.
long is it? How long have you had this for?
About 9 months. I think the original receipt's in there as well.
Yeah, everything's
Yeah, just check it so I can.
Can you remember what you paid for it?
1,500.
We'll get those. John will price those, but in the meantime, let's see. So
Yeah, he bought an airplane for me 40th and I ended up buying a 1978 Speedmaster instead.
So this is obviously the discontinued 116-900. It's dated December 2020.
I've got to say, look at the watch that's just been taken off.
Yeah, that's so cool. Can I take a look?
Yeah, of course you can, mate.
So we've got the Swatch Mission to Mercury. But if you look at that rubber strap, how sick is that there?
That is really nice.
That's so cool.
Found the original strap uncomfortable.
It doesn't fit on my wrist very well.
No.
Like when I tried Harry's on, Harry's got one as well, but it doesn't fit on my wrist very well. But
So I got that from
so cool.
Strap Tailor. There's
Yeah,
some nice
yeah,
stuff.
that's
Yeah, I've heard of them before.
But I like the Air Kings, which is like understated.
Yeah, fits on the wrist really nicely
Yeah.
as well. Take links out, so it's literally on one condition, full set box and papers.
Is any links out of it or not?
No, so that's full links as it comes, and then obviously we can adjust the links for you. Is this one of the rarer ones? What's the other one? Was it the Neptune, the blue one? That's the
Neptune's
most expensive one. Yeah,
the blue one.
I've still never seen one of those in
Gone through
person.
the roof. I was just potting up. I was in Edinburgh and swung by. So have you got anything in? And they had Mercury, the Venus.
Were you allowed to buy more than one, or was it just the one?
I just wanted the one.
You only wanted one anyway. What do you think for the watches?
I think just based on what they're advertised for, £400 for this one and £600 for that.
Yeah, so £1,000 total.
Right.
The thing with the watches that are electronic is they go out of date like
Rapidly.
quite
You want
quickly.
the-
Yeah.
They're like computers and
Yeah,
the minute
exactly
you walk
the
out
same.
shop, that was it. I knew I was going to lose my arse on that. Yeah. What
do you think on that?
6850.
6850. So
6850.
you seen it on Instagram, which was the special price. So
yeah.
our website price I think was around 7250.
Because it's a bit more, like you said, to list, what's the list? 6.2?
6.2. It might have went up even more now. Just I know it's 6 something though. It starts with a 6 anyway. So it's not too far off.
No,
obviously.
no, that's it.
And this is the discontinued model. It's not the new model. So it's good model. 6250 now. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, I'll take it.
Yeah. And do you want to do the swap with these?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my customer Grant. He came down for the Air King, the discontinued model. He traded in a couple of tags, so I'll quickly show you. So we've got a Tag Heuer Formula 1, nice stainless steel watch. This will be going online for $850. And then we've got something a little bit different for us. We don't usually take them, but for the sake of the Part X and obviously the deal, we've made a bid and we've done a deal on this. So this is a Tag Heuer smartwatch. I think it's called the Connected. This is a 42mm. Nothing much else to say really. It's a smartwatch. It's cooler than having an Apple Watch, I suppose. euros. And I believe retail is just under £2,000 for one of these new. We will be retailing this for £11.50.
Right.
It's cool.
In terms of refurb on any of those, what'll happen? They go away for a polish
so this one doesn't need a polish. This is mint. He's hardly worn this one. This will just go for a very slight refurb on the bracelet, and this will be back within a couple of days, and it'll be fully retail ready. Bezel's in perfect condition. It's just a slight little bit of wear on the bracelet.
Yeah.
This is a 2009 model, and it has service papers from 2020, so it's a full set box papers plus service, and it will all be checked. If it needs a new battery, it is a quartz watch. The new battery will be put in before sale.
Just ringing a customer here. He wants to buy a Breitling off us. He wants to try and have a deal. He might be quite funny, this fella. He might not be that funny.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm alright.
What's the offer?
1,500 quid.
Oh, I want to hang up on you.
No, well, how I tell us?
Be sensible.
1,750.
Down to you.
No bother.
Right.
Cheers.
Ta-da.
Not normally my task in here to sell watches.
Okay.
I'm normally talking to people about service, talking about vintage. Tudor Black Bay 58.
Yeah.
Obviously, one of the things that you've just said is that your previous one, you felt that it was too heavy to wear.
Yeah, it was just, it's the thickness of the actual...
There you go, there's my glamorous assistant Jack. We've just been talking about wrist rolls, so I'm commenting on your new green dial, green rubber strapped Omega, and I'm doing the polar opposite. I mean, this is probably the thickest, heaviest Omega that's been done. I mean, if you feel the weight of that case, it's incredible. I supplied that watch new in 2017, and the guys, probably you can see by the condition, he ordered it came on a black leather, and he ordered the rubber clad because he thought he would wear that more. I think he's worn the watch 3 times. There's 2 people being in and said, I wouldn't normally look at an Omega, but wow, that's impressive. Retail price in 2017 was £20,000 on that watch. The retail price today is £28,000. Things that have worked. Things that are styled from an original watch but have been reimagined, reworked and just work. So we'll switch over. I'll let you try that. This wears a lot softer. It's a lot more comfortable.
The Oyster Perpetual, that's 41, but it just sits so much nicer than a 41 Tudor.
We've had 2 people in this week. A friend of mine that's bought this and bought the black dial. Completely different watch because it was launched on the blue. Everybody's gone and bought the blue. Technically it's a steel and blue dial date for a fraction of your Rolex money. It's horses for courses. So 2020 box papers, we have it advertised for $27.50, and I'll be able to do that watch for 26. So there's very little margin in the range.
Don't want to be wearing the Rolex all the time, so...
I think you're getting quite a watch collection now.
Yeah.
What else have you got your eye on?
I noticed you had a reverso in as well.
Last time I was away on holiday, which was in October, and I bought GQ in the airport, and Pierce Brosnan was on the front of the GQ with a navy blue suit, blue t-shirt, and the reverso on the blue leather strap. It sticks in my mind from October, and somebody's had the exact same watch, same outfit on the red carpet of the Oscars.
I think if I had to pick any watch on leather, it'd be the Vacheron 1926.
Wow, now that's a curveball.
That would be the one.
So we'll get Harry, because you are actually now on the YouTube. We'll get Harry to flash that watch up on the side of the screen. As I said to you, that is full set. It's dated for 2020 and everything is in there. Would you like me to adjust the bracelet for you? It'll need a couple of links out.
I reckon 3.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
Were you looking for us to buy the watch, or did you want us to sell it for you?
I wanted to buy it now.
Okay. Did you have a figure in mind how much you were looking for it?
I wanted just to be honest with this, to be quite honest. You're honest people, I know you are. I've bought a watch here before, so I know you are honest.
If we were buying it, we would pay $6,000. If you wanted us to sell it for you, I could return you $6,500.
Can I do a little bit more than 6?
We buy and sell like 150 watches a month.
I know you do,
and like I say, this is the type of watch that we get offered a lot.
6-1.
And you've got a deal.
Do you want my ID and all that?
Yes,
so you
please.
know who I am?
Okay, Harry, so recently we've set up a Watchtrader exclusive group. This is a WhatsApp group. You might have seen it on our Instagram story. Thanks to everybody who's joined. We've had some serious deals going on in that group this week, so we're going to put deals at discounted prices, probably once a day. If you are interested in joining the group, the link will be in the bio, and we'll also pop up the QR code here so you can join, get joining, and that's pretty much it. Like that. You know what I mean?
Wait there, that's got a shop, man. Yeah. Oh, Grandad.
Oh, it's on. You can't get parked. As you said, if you get a parking ticket, you'll pay it.
I'll pay your parking ticket for you, Grandad. What about this one? Just got this in, Grandad.
Oh, that's a nice one.
You'll be able to see the time on that.
I'll race in Hublot.
But too big for my little wrist. And how much will this one be?
That's like 12. Well, we'll just sell it cheap actually, Grandad. 10 grand.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Full rose gold. Get the birds of that on, won't you?
Can't really know for the bloody birds, no, son. I'm afraid. I'm sorry.
The birds will be sorry. The birds will be sorry.
Oh, good.
Where do you want to go for your dinner, Grandad?
I thought we were going to Francesco's.
But go anywhere you want.
I don't think they've topped it still.
It's really good. I just remember when you could walk in and buy them.
Because these came out in what, like I think about 2010 was the Hulks, and at the time, you know, they couldn't actually give them away. People were like, why would I want the green one?
Exactly.
But you got this at retail, like what was it?
6,050.
It was 6,050 at the time.
6,050. You walk in and buy them, they wouldn't.
It's a great piece. They've just updated the Submariner, like a really subtle change. So you know how the one after that is nicknamed the Starbucks. So it's the same green bezel, but it's got a black dial.
Yeah.
And then they've just updated the Starbucks, but they didn't announce it. So the bezel now is like a lighter green.
Yeah.
It's a bit more like what they call the Kermit, which is the original green bezel Submariner.
Oh yeah.
You know, like the aluminium one. I know you're looking to check out a couple of pieces.
Yeah.
And I've got a heavy hitter box over here, which I don't know if we should just dive straight into.
Is the orange box.
This one here, and we'll have a little look, see what takes your fancy, if there's anything you'd like to. We've got.
You know which one I just locked eyes on. Yeah.
Full precious day dates. We've got the AP chrono there. Yeah. It's a much bigger watch, so these are some of the biggest watches that AP do. Rubber strap, open case back.
Oh.
But that's a 44mm. It's a carbon case. It's got a ceramic bezel. Definitely have a lot of wrist presence, you know.
Wow, I've never seen it with the rubber strap before.
Yeah, so the offshores come with a rubber strap. Yeah. You can get them with a bracelet as well, but most of the time when you see an offshore, it's on a rubber. You'll notice the dial as well has that. They call it a tapisserie dial, which is like the kind of square pattern.
Yeah,
that's famous with AP.
Yeah.
But on the offshores, it's like enlarged. It's called the Grand tapisserie. I'll show you as well to compare. Yeah. So obviously this is a Royal Oak model.
Yes, it is.
This is a Royal Oak as well, but they're called Royal Oak Offshore. This is Royal Oak chronograph, so a much slimmer profile case, all steel. It's got the iconic AP bracelet. The bracelet on an AP, I don't think there's anything quite like it. I mean, the Royal Oak's like the flagship of AP, or it's the most well known. In Patek's range, you've got the Nautilus.
How much are these going for now?
Yeah, 33,950 is what that's up for. So something like this, that's a 39mm case.
Right.
You'll see much slimmer overall. Obviously, it's not as complicated. That is time and I believe that is time and date.
What's the price difference between these now?
Quite a lot actually. So that one is around 60k, and that's 33, 34k.
This one's 60, and then this one.
I mean the variation can be from the dial and also just which influences the popularity. Like typically with AP, the blue dial is the most sought after. Why? I don't know. I mean, sure, it's a nice looking blue.
It is.
But it's just what the market decides.
I would totally guess the other way around, but like I said, they're both beautiful.
But this is the thing, like I think the aesthetics of a watch and the monetary value.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to separate them completely. Like,
yeah.
if you could take all of these watches and you didn't know how much any of them were valued at on the market, would it affect which ones people choose? I would say, well, definitely yes.
Yeah.
Because if somebody's buying a watch and they know that it's the value in that watch is going to be retained, it's going to sway their decision
100%.
a lot more.
Yeah, that's why I like the Royal Oak. I remember when I first looked at it, I think it was going for about 14, 15 grand.
Yeah, at one point they were under list at times, you know.
And I was like, 30 plus grand.
You've got to think, right? So with Rolex, the figures aren't officially reported. It's known that it's over 1 million watches they produce per year. You know, it sounds like a large number, but you think of how many people there are on the planet who want a Rolex. They don't spread very far. But then AP, they make around 50,000 watches per year. So it's significantly less watches produced than Rolex. AP, Patek, and Rolex as well are still technically all independent brands. You know, like they're not part of a big group.
I love the one with the blue face. Is that the one you don't have? Yeah.
This is not the Datejust one.
There's a lot of different ones. Most of the brands will do a blue face one, but I did pull out this year, which is a Datejust. That is like timeless. Like the Datejust is probably Rolex's most sold watch. There's so many configurations. A lot of ladies wear a Datejust as well, maybe not in this size.
I wanted to get that for this. I thought it would look really nice.
Yeah, obviously the Submariner doesn't come on a Jubilee.
Yeah, that's why it's really sad.
Yeah, you can get a GMT Master on a Jubilee, which has a very similar look to a Submariner. Again, like the Pepsi and what they call the Batgirl, that comes on Jubilee.
Batgirl, This one's, what was it, 11,000?
10,450, I think that might be.
10,450,
yeah. This is called a half brick. Feel the weight of this. So that is,
Oh.
And that's the half brick. You can get the full brick, which is on a bracelet.
Whoa.
But that is a rose gold. So feel the difference between if you put the brick down. So they call that the Jubilee bracelet, and then the day dates, they call that the President bracelet.
This is a cool bracelet as well. I haven't seen this one.
A lot of people call this like the President, the presidential Rolex.
Yeah.
Where really it's the model is day date and the bracelet is President.
Wow.
So Hendo, the moment you walked in this morning, I noticed a very special watch on your wrist.
Yeah, well, I'm one step ahead of you because I haven't been able to contain myself. And I know you opened it up when it came in the post on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. There it is on my wrist. It's a 5513 from 1968. I bought this watch on Saturday night from a trade group when I was a little bit drunk.
A few Guinnesses in.
There was a few Guinness and a few of what he calls my medicine. I'd had a few glasses of red wine. Watch came in the post Wednesday. You actually opened it up, Harry, and I'm absolutely blown away. Wound it on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. It's Friday morning and the watch is keeping perfect time. Within 10 seconds, I've just checked. It was advertised just head only, no spring bars, and I thought, I'll order myself a NATO strap on Monday. Didn't have to because when it came exactly the way that it is. So if you're watching the guy that I bought it off, thank you very much. Had it into the workshop yesterday. Popped the back off and it is 1968. The watch is in very dirty condition inside. It shouldn't be running as well as it is because it's in desperate need of a service. It's very dry. It will be going back into the workshop and it will be serviced. You're going to ask something, Harry?
Yeah, I was going to say, when you open a case back up like that, a watchmaker normally looks for a watchmaker's mark. Could you tell people a bit about that?
So it has no watchmaker's mark in the back, which is very unusual for a 54-year-old watch. So it's either been repolished or it just hasn't been marked. When it's done, the watchmaker will put our mark in, so we know that it's got 12 months warranty from the date that it was done or 12 months warranty from when it's sold. The hands are original, but the dial has been very honestly retouched. Now, I think this has been done many, many years ago, 20, 30 years ago. So it's got a little bit of luminosity which has been touched and a little bit of black around the luminosity. It's the type of thing that I would have done 25, 30 years ago when I first got into the watch game because I didn't know anybody that restored dials. Now you are the devil in the deep blue sea. Mm-hmm. Do you leave it patinaed, original, or do you restore? This is going to get left the way it is. It's going to go on the Watchtrader Co site for circa 10,995. I have bracelets, not a 1968. I've got, I think I've got a 67 and a 69. So it could be available on an age-related bracelet for an extra £2,000. One of the things that I noticed straight away that it doesn't have a bezel pip, but it's an original bezel insert, and it's got a lovely patina about it, so it's going to be left the way it is. If somebody wants to buy it and wants a pip in, I'll put the pip in. Once it's your property, you can do what you want with it, but that'll be getting left the way that it's come to me. I think that's the beauty of an honest vintage 5513.
Well, it's that time of the week again for the YouTube deal of the week. What we got here, Harry?
What have we got today, Jack?
Original box. Don't see many boxes like this nowadays, do you? Original box. We have the yellow gold Yachtmaster 40mm. As you can see, still has the service stickers on it. The watch was serviced in 2022. It's an F serial, still under the warranty from the service. It does have the white swing tag. It's a full set. 2004, the 9th of 2004, September 2004. We've got this watch on our website, as you can see, for $19,950. The YouTube deal of the week, only exclusively for YouTube. You have to mention YouTube. We're going to do this watch. I was going to do it at 19 grand, which is 950 quid, £1,000 off. I'm going to do it for the YouTube deal of the week for only £18,500. That is great value. Look at the bracelet. There is a slight mark on one of the links. There is a slight mark, but we can get that repaired if anybody wants that repaired. Rolex have actually left it when they serviced the watch, but just looking at it there is a slight mark on the link which we can get repaired. But again, for £18,500, we've sold these up to £25,000, just the way the market is. It's probably a lot fairer price now. So again, Yachtmaster to a steal. I know which one I'd rather have. That is a steal.
I was seeing this one.
That's a very famous Daytona.
Yeah.
That is full yellow gold, and it's nicknamed the John Mayer because he did an interview on Hodinkee, which is a big watch channel and magazine. He basically put this Daytona on the map. So
Yeah.
This one goes for like way over retail.
Yeah.
Before all the new Rolexes got announced, it was
Yeah.
like 65,000 on the open market. Now, I mean, people are asking all kinds of figures for them. Also, a lot of people held on to them because they thought, oh, it's going to discontinue and become more sought after. So I think it takes a little bit of time for the market to find,
catch up.
you
But
know,
it will, though.
what price it wants to settle at.
That's the Pepsi one.
Yeah, so obviously with the iconic bezel.
Whoa.
And that's on Jubilee. So that
is
if you had something like that, that would, you know,
that'd be a really nice,
be a nice
one.
contrast to.
Yeah, you get the GMT as well.
But I love the Pepsi on the Jubilee. I
that
think it
looks
just
absolutely
works
class.
so well. And then that was the one you talked about before, which
Yeah.
is the Wimbledon. And then that. So that is the same steel and rose, but that is the fluted motif dial, they call it. So, and it's got the diamond dot. So that's probably more of a lady's watch. Yeah. If you want to take the pair away today, you know we can do your deal.
Get both of them. That's unreal, man. So this one's just under 15 grand.
14,950, yeah. So the Wimbledon dial is probably one of the most popular dials.
Yeah. They still make these?
Yeah, they still make this watch. This is recently discontinued. Chocolate Oyster Flex Daytona. So
Chocolate Oyster Flex.
Yeah,
Daytona.
so the Oyster Flex is the sportier strap. It comes on the precious metal Daytonas, and you get the ceramic bezel on the precious metal, which you can't get on a full bracelet.
I never thought I'd actually like this. The strap on the watch, but
So
it actually looks really nice. Sometimes I feel like the photos don't do them justice.
Well, they don't. And then there's the Sky Dweller range as well.
The Sky Dweller.
So that's 42mm. That's more down the classic look. Similar design language to a Datejust. GMT function on the wheel in the middle.
Yeah.
You've got the date, you've got the month, and you actually control it through what they call the command bezel. So the bezel actually moves. Depending on the position that the bezel's in, when you turn the crown, it'll affect different things on the watch. So it's a little bit bigger. They're very popular, the Sky Dwellers.
Looks nice on as well.
So it's got more wrist presence. It's a bigger case.
It's shiny on the side as well.
Yeah, so there's a lot more polish on those watches. Again, being the more classic range as opposed to the sporty. The sportier ones are generally all a brushed or satin finish. a bit more tool watch looking, whereas that is a little bit more elegant, a little bit more dressy. And that comes with a black dial, white dial, blue dial, and they've just recently released like brand new a mint green dial, which is like one of the newer colours.
For the mint green out, the mint green.
Yeah.
This is Daytona, right?
Yeah, that's a previous generation Daytona. So this is steel, white dial, and then it's got the steel bezel.
Do you remember what year these were released?
Wow, that is a good question. I
testing you, bro.
believe they are, I want to say late 90s, and they ran all the way up to 2016.
Yeah.
Is when the ceramic Daytona came out.
Yeah.
So they might even be older than that. The date with the steel bezel.
If I remember correctly, because this was one of the ones that I actually went on a waiting list for, and I swear it was like 2 or 3 years to wait for it. It was like promoted. Was it more like towards like race car drivers? That was
So it is.
Because it was like a little bit more subtle, thin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's it. So your Submariner is your dive watch. Yeah. You've got the GMT Master, which is like the traveller watch for tracking multiple time zones.
Yeah.
And then the chronograph Daytona. It's essentially you can time races. So you could time your lap times and whatnot. So yeah, that is a racing.
If I was diving, Harry, I know which watch I would take. The half brick.
The half brick.
Just to
to be honest, if you were wearing that, you might not come back up. Anchored to the bottom of the ocean, like that's it. So
it's straight at the bottom. Do they make these anymore?
So you can't buy this Daytona
new
anymore. You can only get it on the pre-owned market.
I like the size of this one, but I like the style of that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But it'd be like
so you can get
that on that.
You can get a bigger version. Like this is a 39. You can get this in a 41.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have the chronographs on it, so it's time and date.
Yeah,
so it's a bit more of a clean dial.
That one's round about like 33, and this
33.
one's 60.
Yeah.
You say this is just like completely different, isn't it? I would have thought it would have been the other way around.
It's all supply and demand with all of them. That's what determines the market price. Why is a Pepsi, which is stainless steel, on a Jubilee, why does that sell for more than this Datejust? This Datejust costs more to buy at Rolex than this. Yeah. And it's also half precious metal. Like, not that you would, but if you melted down the gold in this, it would be worth more than the stainless steel in this.
Yeah.
You know, but this commands a higher price than this because it's a more in demand and it's more iconic.